Hello. I'm not really sure how to start this. I'll just say it's an assignment I did for school. I'm not really sure whether I want to let the teacher play it for the class yet, just to save myself from the embarrassment, but I put a lot of work into this, so it would be a shame if nobody got to see it. If I choose to let the class see this, you know who you are, so hi. Yeah, I don't really have anything else to say. Here it is. I spent way too long on this. I immediately fell in love with the idea of virtual reality the moment I got my hands on a Google Cardboard. For those of you who don't know, the Google Cardboard was a primitive HMD device with cheap plastic lenses. That means head-mounted display, by the way, that anyone could buy or build at home. This was way back when, unless you were a specialist or enthusiast of VR, it was just, that thing you put your phone in. It's not very advanced, but we've come a long way since then. Nowadays, VR is its own separate device, the headset at least, but VR itself has become a massively growing industry, technology, and community. Before I go any further, I need to address something. I am aware of my personal biases, and I'm not going to try to hide the flaws of virtual reality. I love VR, and it's a big part of my life, so I'm always going to feel like I need to support it, but there are some issues that I can't just brush aside. So I'll warn you now, it's easy to get lost here. When you aren't happy with your life or living conditions, virtual reality can be a helpful escape, but it can also be taken too far. Addiction and escapism are a serious problem, and they shouldn't be taken lightly. Now that that's covered, here's my project. I hope you like it. When I was tasked with this project, I didn't really know what to do. It's technically supposed to be an advocacy project, but I had no clue what I wanted to advocate for. Then I realized, the biggest part of my life that I'd love to share, virtual reality. So I'm dedicating this video to sharing this wonderful experience with as many people as I possibly can, because they're really missing out. I also wanted to stay true to the advocacy part of the project. I don't want this to just be about me, so I interviewed some of my friends. I was really nervous at first, but my friends helped lighten the mood.
Braden.
I lost it.
What?
Braden, take the drugs.
He was also a little distracting, though.
I'm trying to film a thing, and Nazca's just over here doing a handstand.
If Nazca starts doing something funny again, I might just straight up shit my pants.
What?
Which I just realized is probably a bad idea.
144p.
Can you just...
He's getting a phone call. Gotta give him. He's banking. He's banking.
Yes, he's doing banking in the middle of an interview. This is exactly what he needs to be doing right now. What was your first discovery of or introduction to VR?
Like most people, probably YouTube. Honestly. It's either that or actually, my older cousin had one of those, like, more primitive VR headsets that was, like, all you could do with it was you could put your phone in it, and you could be, like, floating in space and looking around.
What was my first? Oh, I saw a guy go around on Vrchat screaming at people, and then making them sing a song, and then put it all together, and it was a Rickroll. And I said, hey, I want to do that, so I bought a VR headset.
Videos on like gaming and all that, and Vrchat was a thing for like VR in general. I've been watching it for people play it for a long time. I was like very small.
I first discovered Vrchat when a few years ago when VR was still relatively new with the Oculus Quest 1, and I didn't have that, but I started to see videos starting to pop up around Vrchat, and then one of my little brother's friends actually came over with a Quest and had Vrchat on there, so I tried it out on there, and I was like, yo, this is pretty cool.
It would have been watching videos on Facebook of the boys of Vrchat just having a good time.
From Twitch in 2017. Someone was streaming it and it was very entertaining.
It's hard to explain what being in VR is like, how it's different. It's an interesting feeling putting on a headset for the first time. It's like stepping into a different world. You don't expect it to feel so real, but it does, and it makes you question how much you really knew before. Like putting on a headset for the first time.
Confusing. I have a big head, so I had to like spend a solid 20 minutes just finicking with the straps. So, I'd have to say, all in all, it was exciting though because I had no clue I was getting a headset that Christmas, or like I guess we were. It's a shared one between me and my two siblings. So, I'd say, yeah, I was excited. Be the best way to put it.
I ran into my bed about 5 times. That's about it. I don't get real sick or dizzy or anything, so I didn't go through that whole process.
It was a little bit nerve-wracking getting on VRChat for the first time because you're seeing a lot of people from all around the world, and not just in like, stories on like I think Instagram. I want to say, look, I'm not good at social media because I don't have any of it, but. Like, you're not just seeing people's posts, you're not just seeing their messages, you're actually sort of there with them. Because you're actually able to see their, sort of like you're there in person, except that, well, you're in an environment that's a bit more controllable. So it is a bit difficult to get used. It's not difficult, but it takes time to get used to. Especially if you're not used to the VR movement itself. But yeah, I guess that was kind of my first little introductory into VR.
It was so cool. It fit my head very comfortably. My sight was like really nice, and I was pretty much in a whole different world. I was like in heaven for me. It was like my happy place. And I got stuck to it for hours and stuff like that, and I'd go to bed pretty late. And the first time I put it on, I was really happy.
Do you think of VRchat or VR in general more of as a game or a social platform?
I actually find it more as a social platform than a game for some reason. It was firstly a game at first, but now it's like this is like it's easier to socialize here, so it's kind of like a social platform for me, in my opinion.
What does VR mean to you?
Well, I guess it's supposed to be some sort of philosophical question. I guess it's more of just, like I said when we first shot this interview, it's more of just kind of a place to express yourself more freely. Like, there's no real repercussion to you if you do something stupid. Like if you go jump off a bridge in VR, there's no repercussion. You just hit a barrier and you pop up back on the bridge. Meanwhile, in real life,
Yes, until someone makes us say
no barrier. I mean, even then, SAO was kind of just like, nah. You hit the ground, we send a lightning bolt through your brain.
VR means friends, enjoyment, being to express oneself, and being able to forget about issues and then just enjoy the time you have.
For me, VR is a safe place. It's where my friends are and where I've made a lot of good memories. There's a lot of places to visit. If you can think of a place you'd like to see, there's probably a world for it. And if no one's made it yet, you can make it yourself. There's games. Start. Gib. Haha! Yeet! There's parks. More games. Crystal caves to explore. Cafes.
He might be immune to fire. He's not immune to Mariah Carey.
No.
No!
She's back.
Campfires. Aquariums.
I can change it to Dutch if I want to. I have it in Dutch now. I have it in French. I don't know. That's
Do the one
Russian.
all the way to the right, and then look at how it says information.
What?
Information.
Cozy cabins, quiet cabins, a lot of cabins for some reason. But more importantly, there's people from all around the world, and a place to be yourself, express yourself.
I could like have an avatar that has like my kind of style or my kind of way of how I want to look or something.
It opens up more opportunity for people to express themselves and to be themselves and to enjoy their image. Say somebody struggles with body image, it gives them more of an outlet to be happy and enjoy what they're doing at the time and not being self-conscious.
Well, I mean, I guess it's kind of you're looking at two sides of the equation. On one side, you have the type of expression that got me out of the whole phase, like got me to start realizing trans people aren't so bad, gay people aren't so bad, furries aren't so bad. Like, they're not bad people just because my town thinks they're gross. And then you have the side where you go to a tavern and there's 42 Nazis in there throwing out Halschweis and yelling about gassing Jews. It's like Russian roulette a bit with that.
I think that's the
I'm not
best
joking about that
explanation
either.
of-
That's
it's
happened.
the best
That's
explanation
happened
of
twice to me.
avatars that I've ever heard. At least in Vrchat.
I mean, yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, there's a lot of weird people in VR and online in general. But that's kind of the cost that comes with freedom of expression. Virtual reality provides a place where anyone can be whoever or whatever they want, no matter how strange or unusual that may be. It definitely leads to some, interesting interactions.
Is that what Roblox has really evolved to? I'm so glad I stopped playing it.
Once you learn to avoid the 7-year-old screaming slurs in public lobbies, Nazis, strangers inquiring about the size of your and just generally toxic people, you'll find a lot of potential friends and really interesting people to talk to. How does VR affect your social life?
I'd say positively. Like, before VR, I was kind of a snarky, argumentative, aggravated would be the best way to put it. I was just kind of a to everyone, and then after VR, I feel like I kind of chilled out a bit. Like,
VR has affected my social life in a very positive manner because growing up in high school and outside of school, I had little to no friends, and in VR, I've made and met a lot of people I really enjoy talking to, spending time with, and just overall have a great time spending it with them. So it's done a very positive impact.
Not really. I mean, I have like 600 hours on Vrchat, so I'm gonna be a virgin for the rest of my life, but yeah, that's about it. Can I say that? This is a school project. I forgot about that.
It makes it a lot better actually because I don't have to talk to the person face to face like in real life. It's kind of like it since it's virtual, it makes me more confident because they can't really see how I look like in real life. I can be the comfiest I can in my jammies and I can look fit in the game. And it'd be very cool. And just talking to them would make me feel better. It'd make me feel better about the other social life, which is in real life, because it improved talking since it's easier for me to talk in VR. I don't know how to really explain it, but for me, for some reason, talking in VR is a lot better because I can go to a world I want that's something I'm interested in and find people there, like friends and stuff like that, of what they're interested in, and then I can become friends that easy. And then that makes me more confident that I'm able to get friends like that I'm possibly able to get friends like that in real life from how I'm talking to them.
It expands it a lot because in real life, sort of an introvert, on here, it's easier for me to socialize with people because I don't feel like I get judged as much, or like, I guess it's just easier for me to socialize because the factor that once you see somebody on here that if you don't want to, you don't have to see them again, it helps with my anxiety and this is just being personal because it's different for everybody.
At first I was nervous to talk to people, but I ended up meeting a bunch of interesting people and making a lot of really good friends.
99% of my social circle is in VR.
Oh, like a good solid 65%. 65.6%, we'll go with that.
It's the only place I have social interaction, so I guess a lot.
I will admit that a disproportionate amount of my friends are online. I'm not gonna lie about that one. Every now and then when I'm with my friends sitting around the fireplace at 3 a.m., I'm tired. I know I should leave, but I don't want to. It's warm here. There's a fireplace. My friends are here. I want to stay, so sometimes I do. But there's only so long that I can stay awake. I already know the answer to this one. Have you ever fallen asleep in VR?
Nah. Yes. Couple times, not by choice, just by pure exhaustion from work, and then not sleep.
What was it like to fall asleep in VR and also like waking up?
Fall asleep, it was, again, unintentional. So it kind of just happened without me thinking about it. When I woke up, I was kind of like in a daze where I didn't know what happened. I woke up with a bunch of people and avatars standing over top of me trying to see what was going on. And it kind of freaked me out for a second. Then I realized I still had the headset on my face. I was like, oh, that's not good.
Basically, in real life, it feels a little more relaxing because, you're all comfy, you don't got this big electric, like game on your head at all times. It's gonna make my head hurt sometimes when putting on this thing. I gotta get off because it makes me more tired, but when I'm in the game, it sometimes can be more relaxing because you can go to calming worlds and there's like beds and stuff, and pretty much the difference is you don't have to always play a game while sleeping. You can't really turn comfortably because your headset might fall off or something.
At the end of the day or night or whatever, hell, I don't even know what time it is anymore. I don't want to leave. This place isn't perfect, but there's nowhere else in the entire world that I think I could possibly want to be instead of here. This world I found, these people, they mean everything. This is the happiest that I've been for as long as I can remember, and I don't want it to end. Recently I noticed I may be getting lost here too. I've come to hate the term real world. Who's to say what's real and what's not, anyway? The idea itself that one thing can be more real than another goes against everything that I believe in. Everything is real, it's just sometimes different than what we think it is. I feel, I think, therefore I am. From my perspective, this is the realest thing I've felt in a long time. There's a saying I've come to know in the VR community. It's one world, infinite realities. I know, just 4 words, pretty simple, but it means a lot more than that. The way I interpret it, at least, is we may be stuck where we are physically, but in our minds, there's no limit to how far we can explore. It's sort of like, I don't know, some sort of meditation, but we don't have to be alone. Like a dream we all share, and I don't want to be alone anymore.